Good morning, everyone. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on half adder and full adder. This is the last topic of this first unit of the paper 2. So today's my presentation includes the AND gate, OR gate, XOR gate, and after that the half adder, full adder, and what is meant by the half subtractor and full subtractor. So all these topics I will cover in this lecture. So first of all, we will see the AND gate that already we have seen, but I will overlook this topic, and then I will focus my focus is on the half adder and half subtractor, full add half subtractor and full subtractor. Okay. So what is meant by the AND gate? So this is the circuit diagram, logic diagram of the AND gate. And here, what is the AND gate? AND gate is an electronic circuit that gives a high output. That gives high output means output 1 if all its inputs are high. All inputs are high. Then we get the output as a 1. So you can see this from the truth table. When if the two input AND gate is there, A and B are the inputs, then output is the Y, that Y is nothing but AB. So when both inputs are 1, then output is 1. The otherwise the output of the AND gate will be 0. So this is about the AND gate. So when the output of the AND gate is 1, when both inputs are 1, both or all inputs are 1, then the output is 1, otherwise 0. Okay. Then next gate is the OR gate. What is the OR gate? OR gate is an electronic circuit that gives a high output if one or more inputs are high. When one or more inputs are high. And Boolean equation of the OR gate is the Y is equal to A plus B. Here plus sign indicates that the OR operation. And this is the logic symbol of the AND gate. So this type of typical logic symbol is there for the AND gate, and this is nothing but Y. Y is equal to A plus B. Y is equal to A plus B. It is the Boolean equation of the OR gate. And what is the truth table of the OR gate? For two input OR gate, there are the two inputs. A and B are the input, and Y is the output. So when any one of the input is 1 or both input is 1, then output is 1, otherwise 0. So here you can say one input is 1, then output is 1. One input is 1, then output is 1. When both inputs are 1, then output is 1. Otherwise, the output of the OR gate is 0. This is about the OR gate. And after that, we will see the XOR gate, exclusive OR gate. EX for exclusive OR gate, and IC of this exclusive OR gate is the 7486. And this will you will require it in your practical. There is one practical on this XOR gate, that is the half adder and full adder in your practical. So I think you have written all this matter in your practical record, because I have posted it 2 weeks before, and I have told you that write all these matter of the practical in your practical record. Okay. So what is the exclusive OR gate? So exclusive OR gate is a circuit which gives high output if either but not both of its inputs are high. Then the output of the exclusive OR gate is the 1. It is called the exclusive because we know that in case of the OR gate, when any one of the input is 1, then the output is 1 of the OR gate. And when both inputs are 1, then the output is also the 1. This last condition is excluded from the OR gate. That last condition, that is when both inputs are 1, then output of the OR gate will be 1, and this condition is excluded in this exclusive OR gate. And when both inputs are 1, then output is 0. Okay. And the logic symbol of this OR gate is similar to the OR gate. Only difference is that there is a one curved line before the in the input side. In the input side there is a curved line, and the Boolean equation for this OR gate, exclusive OR gate, is the A direct sum B, A plus circle B. It is known as the direct sum. A direct sum B, and the output of the OR gate is 1, or you may call this output of the exclusive OR gate is 1 when inputs are different. Here you can say inputs are different, then output is 1. Inputs are different, then output is 1. When inputs are similar, here 0 0, output is 0. When inputs are similar, 1 1, then output is 0. So in this fashion you can define the exclusive OR gate. So exclusive OR gate is a circuit which gives the output high when inputs are different. Okay. So that is about the exclusive OR gate, and IC of this exclusive OR gate is the 7486. Now our main topic of this today's lecture is the half adder. Okay. Now, half adder is a circuit which is able to add the 2 bits at a time. 2 bits at a time. We know that in the case of the addition, we will add the 2 bits. Suppose A is the 1 bit, B is the another bit, A and B are to be added together. And what you do? A plus B is equal to. Okay. Now suppose there are the 2 inputs A and B, and these 2 bits are to be added together. When we add the 0 and 0, we get the sum as a 0 and a carry as a 1. Now, in the process of addition, we get the 2 terms. One is the sum and another is the carry. Whenever we add any 2 bits or more than 2 bits, then we get the sum and we get the carry. Okay. So the sum represent exclusive OR gate. Sum represent the exclusive OR gate, while carry represent a AND gate. Carry represent the AND gate. Now here we are adding the 2 bit at a time. What is there? Suppose we will assume that A and B are to be added together. Then what you get? When A is 0, B is 0, then we get the sum as a 0 and carry is also the 0. When 0 plus 1, then we get this sum as a 1 and carry is again 0. So when 1 is added to the 1, then the sum is again 1 and carry is the 0. Then when 1 is added to the 1, then we get the sum as 0. And when we add these 2 bits, then we get 1 0. 1 0. So 1 0, in this 1 0, 0 is the sum and 1 is the carry. Okay. So here we get the sum as a 0 and carry as a 1. When both inputs A and B are the 1. So we are adding the 2 bits at a time with the help of this half adder, and therefore it is called the half adder. Now, from the truth table of this half adder, it is seen that the sum column is what? When 0 0, we get 0, 0 1, then 1, 1 0, then 1, 1 1, then 0. When inputs are different, then sum is 1. Inputs are different, then the sum is 1, and this is nothing but the exclusive OR gate. Now we can see the carry column. You can see the carry column. When inputs are high, both inputs are high, then output is 1, otherwise it is 0. So this last column indicates that it is the output of the AND gate. And therefore, for representing the sum, XOR gate is required, and for representing the carry column, the AND gate is required. So there are the two gates. One is the XOR gate and another is the AND gate. So here this is the logic symbol of the half adder. How many bits are there? How many inputs are there? A and B. These are the two inputs. And when two inputs are added together, then we get the sum as a S and carry as a C. Sum and carry. And here how we can draw the logic diagram. Logic diagram we can draw like this, that A and B, these are the inputs. These are given to the XOR gate to produce this sum. There is a need of XOR gate. So XOR gate is there, and we get the output or Boolean equation of the sum as S is equal to A bar B plus AB bar. Yes, there is a mistake in this diagram. No, it is not a mistake. It is correct one. Okay. So here sum is obtained at the output of the XOR gate and carry is obtained at the output of the AND gate. Okay. So this is the logic diagram of the half adder. Why it is called the half adder? Because this adder, this circuit is able to add 2 bits at a time. More than 2 bits cannot be added at a time. That is the drawback of the half adder. More than 2 bits cannot be added together, and that this is the drawback of the half adder, and this drawback of the half adder is to be removed. Okay, so to remove this drawback, we will there is a full adder. There is a full adder. Okay. Now, full adder. So full adder is a circuit which is able to add the 3 bits at a time. How many bits are added together? 3 bits are to be added together. Now, suppose we will assume that 3 inputs A, B and CIN. A, B, CIN. These are the 3 inputs, and there are the 2 outputs. Sum output and the carry output. Sum output and carry output. When we add the 3 bits at a time, as there are the 3 bits, how many possible combinations are there for the various inputs? So, if the 3 inputs are there, then 2 raised to power 3. That is nothing but 8 possible combinations are there for the 3 input. Okay. So, here, if there are n inputs, then 2 raised to power n with the number of ways or number of possible ways of the different inputs. Okay. Now, when we consider the full adder, these 3 bits are to be added together. Now we know that we can add 2 bits at a time, but we cannot add the third bit with the help of the half adder, and therefore there is a need of the full adder. So what the full adder does? The full adder adds the 3 bits at a time. 3 bits at a time, and these possible combinations are shown in the truth table. Now here, in case of the full adder, there are the 2 half adders. So this is the one half adder and this is the another half adder. So first half adder produces the carry and sum, and this carry sum of this first half adder is given to the input of the second half adder, and another input to this half adder is the CIN. So this output of the second half adder is the carry and the sum. This sum is the final sum, and both these carries, carry of the first half adder and carry of the second half adder, are added together with the help of the OR gate, and at the output of the OR gate we get the final carry. We get the final carry. So this is the logic symbol of the full adder. It is not the half adder, it is the logic symbol of the full adder. So there are the three inputs A, B and CIN for this full adder, and sum and Cout. These are the two outputs of the full adder. So A, B, C, I, N, these are the three inputs, and S and Cout, these are the two outputs. And both these outputs are different ones. Both these outputs are independent. They are not dependent upon the one another. So the truth table of the full adder is here 0, 0, 0. Then we get sum as 0 and carry as 0. When 1, 0, 0, then we get the sum as a 1 and the carry as a 0. Then 0, 1, 0, we get the sum as 1 and carry 0. When we get 0, 0, 1, then we get sum as 1 and carry as 0. When both inputs are high and one input is low, then at that time we get the sum as 0 and carry as a 1. So here first time carry is 1. When both inputs are 1, when two inputs are 1 and one input is 0, then we get the sum as 1 in the all the rest of the possible combinations. So here this is nothing but the full adder. Why it is called the full adder? Because it will add the any 3 bits. Now generally what will happen when we add the 2 bits A and B are added together. In addition, suppose both inputs are 1, A is 1, B is 1, A is added to the B. Then 1 plus 1 we get 1, 0. Sum is 0 and carry is 1. Okay. So this is about the full adder. This is about the full adder. Then we will have to study the half subtractor. Why it is called the half subtractor? So half subtractor is a circuit which can subtract 2 bits at a time. It will subtract the 2 bits at a time. Means A minus B, that operation, that subtraction can be done with the help of the half subtractor. It is the subtractor, not an adder. It is the subtractor. Okay. Half subtractor is a circuit which is able to subtract only the 2 bits at a time. And the process of subtraction gives rise to the difference term and the borrow term. Difference term and borrow term. Two outputs are there. One is the difference, another is the borrow. And the logic diagram of half subtractor is like this. And the truth table of the half subtractor is given in the truth table. So A and B, these are the two inputs, and output is the difference, and borrow is also the difference. So these are the two outputs, and A and B, these are the two inputs. Now here, what we are going to do here, A minus B. This operation we are doing, A minus B. So what will happen? 0 minus 0, we get difference 0 and borrow is also 0. 0 minus 1. So we cannot do this operation. So what we do for that? So instead of a 0, we will take it as a 1, 0 and we will subtract it. So we get the difference as a 1 and borrow is also the 1. Borrow is 1 and difference is 1. When both inputs, when one input is 1, 1 minus 0 is there, then difference is 1 and borrow is 0. So when 1 minus 1 is there, then difference is 0 and borrow is also the 0. So from this difference column, it is seen that it is the output of the XOR gate. It is the output of the XOR gate. Because here you can see the inputs are different here. Here the inputs are different. In both cases, when the inputs are different, then output is 1. Otherwise, the inputs are similar, the output is 0. Inputs are similar, then output is 0 of the half subtractor. Then there is a borrow term here, is there here. So for that purpose, the logic circuit is A input is inverted and then it is given to the AND gate, and another input is the B input to this AND gate, and at the output of this AND gate we get the borrow, and at the output of the XOR gate we get the difference. Okay. And the logic symbol of the half subtractor is that there are the two inputs A and B for the half subtractor, and we get the output as the difference and the borrow. These are the two outputs. Okay. So this is called the half subtractor. Why it is called the half subtractor? Because it can subtract the 2 bits at a time. Means A minus B. Such type of operation can be done with the help of the half subtractor. But in case suppose A minus B minus C, this type of operation is to be done, is to be carried out, then is it possible? Yes. So A minus B minus C, this cannot be done with the help of the half subtractor, and therefore there is a need of the full subtractor. There is a need of the full subtractor. Now, when the full, subtraction process is to be carried out, where more than one bits are involved, then half subtractor cannot do the job. Half subtractor cannot do this operation, and then we need a full subtractor. And the circuit diagram of the full subtractor is shown in this slide, and this is the block diagram or logic diagram of the full subtractor. This is the circuit diagram and this is the logic diagram. And here this is the truth table of the AND gate. Here A minus B minus BIN, this type of operation we are going to do here, and output is the D and B out. Okay. And this is the logic symbol of the full subtractor. So all this is the one of the experiment in your BSc final year. Okay. So you have, I think you have written this experiment in your practical record. So why it is called the full subtractor? Because half subtractor can add, half subtractor can subtract only 2 bits. Here this subtractor can subtract the 3 bits at a time. Means here this there are the 3 inputs A, B and BIN. This subtraction can be done. Means A minus B minus BIN. So this type of operation can be done with the help of this subtractor, and therefore it is called the full subtractor. So this is the circuit for the full subtractor. इसको कहा जाएगा logic diagram. Again here just previously we have seen the half adder. In the half adder there are the 2 full adder, and the output of the 2 full adder are added together. We get the full adder. Okay. Similarly, in the full subtractor, the 2 half subtractors are there. So first half subtractor is this one. There are the 2 input for this first half subtractor. Then we get the borrow and the difference. So this borrow is again this difference is again given to the another subtractor, and another input to the second subtractor is the BIN. So these two are subtracted and we get the difference, and the barrow. And both this barrow of the first subtractor and barrow of the second subtractor are added together with the help of the OR gate. Then we get the output as a BO, means barrow. Final out barrow is obtained at this output of the OR gate as a BO. Okay. So D0 and D0, D0 you may call out, you may call, and B out is the these are the two outputs of the full subtractor. Here it is the final difference. Here it is the final difference, and this is the final barrow. Okay. So, and this is the logic symbol of the full subtractor. So A, B, these are the two inputs, and third input is the BIN. These are given to the full subtractor, and output of the full subtractor is difference D, and barrow out is the B. Okay. So this is about the full subtractor. So many times the question has been asked on this half subtractor and full subtractor. A descriptive question can be asked in the full on this half subtractor, half adder, full adder, or half subtractor and full subtractor. So this topic is the very important from the examination point of view. Okay. So this is about all my today's presentation. If you have some question, then you may ask. Otherwise, we will end this today's meeting.